All right, week 2 of Ghost Galaxy taking over Keyforge. We got some new news yesterday. Let's check it out. Okay, so July 7th, 2022. What are Ghost Galaxy's plans for Keyforge? We acquired Keyforge because we love the game and because we believe it still has a lot of potential. We plan to evolve the game in exciting new ways, and we'll have a lot to say about those plans in the future. That said, we have no desire to reinvent the entire game from the ground up. Cool news. We want to get Keyforge back on its feet first and then guide it forward into uncharted lands. Is there an official digital version of the game in works? No, unfortunately. No official version is currently being developed. We would love to do a digital version at some point, but first we have a lot of work to bring the physical game back. We will be evaluating how to get a digital game made, as many players have asked for this, but I'm afraid that we don't have anything more concrete on that subject at the moment. So I hear tell through Archon's Corner that they actually talked with the leading fan made way to play online. I've never played it myself, but I hear it's pretty popular. Will old Keyforge decks continue to be supported and compatible with new Keyforge decks? Yes, all published Keyforge decks continue to be supported and will update Keyforge rules regularly to ensure newly introduced game mechanics have clear interactions with older decks. Okay, so what I hear from Archon's Corner 2 is that we're probably going to be looking at rotation. So they theorize like after Ghost Galaxy has its 3 new sets out, we'll probably go into a rotation. So there might be like a legacy format, standard, and modern, something like Magic. I would figure it'll be that way, especially with them offloading all this products like they've been doing. Will my existing decks be allowed in upcoming organized play events? Yes, to the extent that some decks slash cards will naturally be affected over time as OP, balance, and rulings evolves. Like I say, probably rotation. As in this case now, individual tournaments or leagues could impose some restrictions on the types of decks allowed in some formats. We will publish official tournament rules at a later date that will explore this topic in greater detail. Yeah, so the way like game nerds and such has been airing out these decks, I'm sure they kind of got to get rid of that product from being standard legal. But we'll see. When will Ghost Galaxy reignite the OP scene for Keyforge? We believe that a thriving OP community and tournament structure is vital to Keyforge's future. We intend to start creating some kits and events for the game as soon as practically possible, but realistically not until the end of the year or perhaps the beginning of 2023. For the record, we plan to host an annual Keyforge celebration and World Championship at Game Center Event Facility House near our offices in Roseville, Minnesota, where many FFG World Championships have taken place in the past for other games. More info to follow. What's happening with the Keyforge Master Vault? The Keyforge Master Vault will continue to be run by Asmodee until it's transferred to Ghost Galaxy at some point in the next 6 months. There's a massive amount of data stored in the Master Vault, and we are working closely with Asmodee technology team to prepare the data for safe transfer to our control. This process will take time, in part because the Keyforge data is connected to individual Asmodee.net accounts. I hate Asmodee.net. It's always seeming like it's glitching. But not only must we be careful to respect all privacy laws related to the data, but we need to build the infrastructure to host and display data for players to access. And existing Master Vault users will eventually be asked to opt in to a new Keyforge account that will be managed by Ghost Galaxy. There will be more info about this in the months ahead, and existing Master Vault users will receive some emails on this matter as we start the transition. Where should I register my new decks? Players should continue to register their new decks at Master Vault at KeyforgeGame.com. The data for those decks will later transition to Ghost Galaxy transitions as described above. What will happen to my Amber Shards and Keys? We understand many Master Vault users have built up a lot of Amber Shards and Keys and are concerned about losing them. For those who don't know, Amber Shards and Keys are in-app currency earned each time a player registers a Keyforge deck at the Master Vault. or awarded when participating in Keyforge events. Amber Shards were historically redeemed for prizes and access to special events run by FFG. We intend to preserve this data for each user as they transition to their new Ghost Galaxy account, but we're not yet prepared to say how Amber Shards will be used in the future. I don't know. How much unreleased Keyforge content was transferred from FFG to Ghost Galaxy, in addition to Winds of Exchange, which is almost ready for printing. FFG had created many concepts, mechanics, and artwork for the new set. For the next set, we will be largely following their content direction for the next 12 months. When can you produce more Keyforge decks? Our software engineers are busy creating the software needed for Keyforge decks to be procedurally generated, rendered, and positioned for production. It is hard to have a precise timeline, but we hope that to have this completed by the end of 2022. Where will the new Keyforge decks be produced? We plan to produce most decks in the US with our sister company, Artiforge Inc., which specializes in digital printing and has the equipment/machines identical to those used for prior Keyforge releases. Select products, such as box starter sets, for example, will likely be produced in part or whole in China. Who's the new Keyforge design team? Fortunately, FFG created a good amount of new content for the next few Keyforge sets. This allows us the luxury of time to recruit a great development team during the latter part of this year. In case this concerns you, please know that the principals behind Ghost Galaxy have been putting together tabletop game design teams for decades, and we're confident that we'll gather an excellent group of people for Keyforge. Until that new team arrives, our veteran hands will guide the game through its next few sets. Okay, I'm a retailer with an active Keyforge community. Will I still be buying Keyforge product through Asmodee, or will I buy from Ghost Galaxy? Ghost Galaxy will be using Asmodee as our wholesale distributor partner. Retailers should contact their regular Asmodee sales rep about restocking existing and new Keyforge products. Will the Keyforge setting for Edge Studio Genesis RPG continue to be published and supported? Existing content for Secrets of the Crucible RPG for the Genesis system will continue to be available from Edge and Asmodee for the foreseeable future. We have already told Edge Studio that we would be happy to see them publish more content for the setting. Whether or not they do is up to them. Okay. Possible bad news for the RPG players. Will Acker continue to publish Keyforge fiction? We know the good folks at Acker will, and we have made arrangements for them to continue publishing the existing Keyforge fiction. Whether they wish to make additional novels in our IP, we don't know at this time. Okay, up in the air. Will new Keyforge decks be localized in my language? Honestly, we're not sure. There are a lot of practical and technical reasons for this being difficult and perhaps not in the best interest of the game. So sorry for Italy. I know you love it. We will be having lots of discussions with potential localization partners in the coming months to assess both interest level and market viability of a localized version of Keyforge in different languages territories. But our first priority is getting new English language products published. So I figure, like, they can just get English product and then slap a name on the deck. Plastic or something. Maybe just a card. I don't know. I'm so glad the Keyforge is back. How can I help? Please keep your enthusiasm for Keyforge play as much as possible. Please support our new releases and consider building up a reservoir of forgiveness for us humans at Ghost Galaxy, as we're sure to make missteps and to make decisions that not all players may like. My question wasn't answered. If you have not already done so, please use this form to send us your questions. We'll be updating this fact from time to time with additional info. Thank you for your support. Team Ghost Galaxy. All right, so what time we at? Yeah, that's 9 minutes. All right, yeah, that's been your Keyforge news for today. So sounding pretty positive. Hopefully we'll get that new set in soon. I'm out. All your games, like, comment, subscribe, whatever way that piece is going. Later.